About 6 months ago, I deleted my old project and started over. This is how far I've come in half an year. I had started programming when I was 9 and always wondered how games were made. I started programming in Java when the virus came around and made some small applications with it. And by small, I mean 2, a calculator and a snake game. I loved programming in Java, but it was too complicated for me to make a game in, so I found a game engine called Unity and I started making small games in it too. The first game I made was Pong because I just like making Pong. I made a Pong game to practice Godot as well, and I also made a Pong game in Python which is actually just named in Flag. Anyway, I did a lot of playing around with the Unity before finally getting my stuff together and figuring out what I wanted to make. I wanted to make a bullet hell type game which is not procedurally generated. Games like Archvale and Enter the Gungeon are procedurally generated, but mine isn't. It is also a story-based game in which there is a black... Yeah, you get the point. There's a short that I made about this game idea that you can check out, but check it out after this video, okay? I decided to make this game in Unity since that was the only engine I knew at that time. This is the earliest footage I have of this game, and around this time, I created this channel and released my first video. Progress was going good for a while, but I decided to switch to Godot in May 2023 since my laptop was dying with Unity, and this was before the new pricing changes, by the way, so I dodged a huge bullet there. Anyway, I added a lot of things, but my bad project management and laggy code was too much, and in January 2024, I decided to throw it all out and remake the game. I started by making the core features of the game, which were its combat, inventory, and enemies. The combat is heavily inspired by Archvale, which is a really great game, and fun fact, the Discord server of Archvale actually has a pinned message of the recreation of its melee combat system in Godot. And guess who it's by? That's right, me. The combat turned out to be really fun and I could spend hours playing with the enemies. I created various enemies like a slime, a big slime, a brown slime, a big brown slime, and a goblin. I also created a system for making more enemies in the future. Since this game is also story based, I use a free plugin called Dialogue Manager by Nathan Ward for a dialogue system, which I tested out with some interesting dialogue. I also added a lot of small features like chests, a day-night cycle, and a currency system so I could buy overpriced apples and magic weapons. Speaking of magic weapons, they were also added into the game, and my favorite is the Book of Fire, which shoots really fast. The next thing I added was potions, which was awesome as a game mechanic, but the worst devlog that I had ever made was about them, which also ended up being the most popular video on this channel somehow. After that, I created the thing that I'm most proud of, the level editor. I added a ton of features to the level editor such as placing tiles, removing tiles, placing mobs, a play mode, and a saving and loading system. Many things are still left to add to the level editor and the game in general, however, but the game is going really well for now and I definitely want to keep developing this. In these 6 months, I also made 2 small games for 2 jams, one where you place slides in order to get the moths to go to the window to the next level, and another one where you place buildings in order to create a really big tower, which functions as a whole city on itself. Both of those games are over on my itch page, which would be linked in the description. So now it's been half a year since I started working on this game, and a long time since I ever thought of making this game, but I definitely want to expand a lot. I've currently been working on the final core mechanics of the game, like a death screen and some minor bug fixes, and after that I can begin to add some content. If you want to follow along with the development on this game, you can do so by following my Twitter or joining my Discord server, link in the description. But the best way to follow this game and to support me would be to subscribe to this channel, and I would be really thankful if you do that. That's it for this video, and until the next time, stay hydrated.